AWS offers an easy solution to detect if a person is real or not based on having them show their face on camera. The face liveness detection will return a number between 0 and 100, telling you how likely there is an actual person there. The process is started off with an end user opening a client application that implements the AWS Amplify Face Liveness Detector component. The component will then make a call to your backend. The backend calls the Amazon recognition service via create face liveness session and returns the session ID to the front end. Now the Amplify component can use the session ID to call the Amazon recognition streaming service via start face liveness session. The Amplify component then prompts the end user to look into the camera and complete the detection flow. When complete, the onAnalysis complete callback is invoked in our front end, and we can gather the results by calling get liveness session results. For that, you call your backend and have it passed through the call to the Amazon recognition service. From this call, you get a 0 to 100 liveness confidence score returned directly. Optionally, you can also obtain a reference image of the end user and up to 4 audit images that will be placed in an S3 bucket of yours. To set up an example implementation, create a new folder and call Amplify init. We are using the default configuration and our AWS profile for authentication. Continue with the setup and wait until the Amplify project is created. Call Amplify add auth to add authentication for our liveness detection front end. Choose a configuration that fits your purpose. In our case, we use default. Then call Amplify push to create the necessary infrastructure on AWS. This step takes several minutes to complete. Add a new policy that allows access to the start face liveness recognition action. Switch to the AWS console and search for the IAM role ending in unauth to give permission to unauthenticated users. Go back to the console and install the Amplify Liveness React UI component. As at the time of recording of this video, the standard Bodo 3 package does not support liveness detection, we need to create a zip deployment. In the console, install Bodo 3 from pip into a new folder. Create a Lambda function.py file and enter the call to create a liveness detection session. We return the session ID we get from the recognition service. Package the file together with our Bodo 3 installation into a zip archive. Switch to the console again and create a new Lambda function. Choose Python and enable function URL so we can call the function directly for this example. Note that we choose no authentication just for the purposes of this demo. Then upload the archive we created. In the console, go to the IAM role our Lambda function is using and add permission to create face liveness session and get face liveness session results. Now create a second Lambda function, this time with a call to get the results of our liveness detection session. In our front-end React app, add the following code to the app.js. We are using a React hook to call our create session Lambda and pass the session ID to the Amplify Liveness Detection component. Below, we add a loader and the Face Liveness Detector component. Check these imports for reference and call Amplify configure based on the AWS exports file of our Amplify infrastructure. Now start the React app with npm run start and a browser fenster will open with a prompt to start the Face Liveness Detection. This has been Flo from flowprodev.com. Subscribe and check out my website for more.